Hosted by Young Tye. Co-host Robert Geaux. You're listening to the Voices of the Underground podcast.
Rob, how's it going, man?
I am living the Modelo life, back on the saddle. I'm excited to be back this year, man. Did you hear that intro? That's fucking fire.
Yeah, shout out to our buddy Chaotix for making that intro.
Oh, dude, he absolutely crushed it, man. And it's good to be back. Man, we haven't done an episode, maybe 2 months?
Yeah,
2 months?
I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Man, I'm just happy to be alive. I'll be honest. I had a lung infection, man. And so it's a funny story. Well, it's funny now, but it definitely wasn't funny last month. It's first show of the year, super excited. And then right after the holidays, like right after the New Year's, I think it's because I was yelling at the Michigan game. And I don't want to talk about it again. It's just going to make me mad. So I scared some neighbors. That's for sure. Kids crying. Like I was super fucking pissed, but I got over it. But no, yeah, man, right after the New Year's, I had some issues talking. I didn't think it was much. It was like a common cold, right? And then we get to the morning of the Domino show. We have Domino scheduled. We're hyped. And I'm like, I'm really struggling to like breathe. But like in my mind, I can just slam a monster and then just go to work, right? I can get through this. But then I couldn't talk without like coughing. And I was like, dude, something's wrong. And I'm like so anti-hospital. Like when you get to my age, the last fucking place you want to be in this planet is some dude's like a hospital or doctor's office. Cause it's usually just going to be bad news, right? Like when you're 20 something, it's like, you're just going in for the routine checkup. There's nothing routine about a 42-year-old going into a doctor's office. So, and then finally I was like, dude, I texted you. I was like, dude, I got to go to the doctor's. Like, I can't fucking talk. And, I couldn't even drink a Monster or anything. Which that for me is like my red alert, right? When I can't do that, like I've been sick before, or like in Vegas, you just slam it and go and figure it out later. But yeah, dude, and that's kind of that knocked me out for 2 weeks. I couldn't. I had to take a lot of medications for that, a lot of antibiotics. But I had a pretty bad lung infection, and that's something like that's never happened to me before. And it's like one thing we do is we can always talk, right? You can be sick, but you can figure it out. But yeah, so that was pretty weird. And I know you had to deliver the bad news to our good friend Dominic that we weren't going to be able to make the show, which really crushed me because we had a good show. We had some good questions, some good topics lined up for him.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate that we couldn't do it, and hopefully we can reschedule with him one day.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I know he wasn't too thrilled about it, and like I said, we've never canceled on a guest before, so it was kind of like, hey man, can you text this guy because I'm gonna be on the road here right now, and but yeah, hopefully we get him back in studio or back on in our conversations here pretty soon because he's got a fascinating story. I'm really interested in like what he's doing and obviously what Revealed's taking off. So just a lot of really good storylines there. But how about you, man? I know I saw you out there, New York. So I'm over here fighting, right? I'm over here fighting for my life over here. And you're out there partying up in New York. What happened out there?
Yeah, so the VOTU meetup and the VOTU interviews at the Autumn Lights Festival, dude, it was insane of a party.
Dude, yeah, no, it looked nuts. The videographer, dude, got you. It was great. So you get into town now. You instead before the meetup, you were spinning, right? You were spinning at a big time club, no?
Yeah, Mission Nightclub on Friday night.
Nice, man. Okay, so how was that? How was it? Because it's been a while, right, since you've been on stage.
Yeah, it was insane, dude. The energy in the crowd and all that. It was a great show.
Did you mix live or is this pre-recorded? Hit play and I'm going to fist pump it for an hour.
It was all pre-recorded. No, I'm kidding. No, mixing live, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cool because I know you were kind of like figuring out what tracks could work together. So when let's do this because I always love this conversation with DJs, right? When you're putting this set together, did anything like go off script, right? Like this song may have fell flat or just a different vibe. And so you up the tempo or decrease the tempo.
Yeah, a little bit. And there's a few tracks I had to move around because I had a like structure of a set that I kind of wanted to follow by. and then just reading the energy of the crowd and all that, you kind of have to adjust your tracks and stuff. But everything I had in my set, I played. It just maybe wasn't in the same order that I was anticipating it to be.
All right, all right. You put that as set online, right?
Yeah,
You put
it's
it
on
on
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. There were some fuck ups in there. There
I
were some
know.
fuck, and that's what I could appreciate. I told you, I was like, dude, I could appreciate that because I what I'm seeing is authentic, and I'm hearing, and that's pretty cool. Again, like I know not everyone's like attention to detail and actively listening like that, but you know, you've been in this business for a while, man. It is kind of irritating when you can see a DJ just straight hitting the play button.
Yeah, and DJs and producers can hear your fuck ups and all that, where the normal person in the crowd doesn't. And I'm not going to lie to anybody at home. I fucked up a few times and all that. It's the nature of the beast. It happens. I've seen big name DJs fuck up sometimes too. You just play it off and you keep going.
Were you nervous up there? I got to ask you, right? I mean, you've been doing this for a while. Were you nervous?
I'm not going to lie. I actually was not nervous. And I think I know why. Because I had
Really?
Yeah, because I had my friends there: Ty Hay, Franny J, DJ Guy, Hype King, Mike, um,
Oh, dude. Can we
Castro and
talk about
Pollux.
Mike for a second?
Yeah.
Can we talk about Mike? Big Mike, for those who don't know, this guy's he might be the best hype man in New York.
Oh,
He
for
might be the
sure.
best hype man on the East Coast. I've never personally met him face to face, but like we've chatted a little bit on Instagram and stuff. That fucking guy gets after it.
Such a good dude, man.
Yeah. He's like he'll get the cell phone out. He's gonna get he's gonna get people in the crowd hyped up. Like everyone, I always say everyone needs a hype man in their corner like Mike.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he knows every song, and just he's a raver at heart. So shout out to our buddy Mike.
Yeah, he's a big EDM connoisseur, as I'd like to say. There's some other people out there, right? Did they come for the VOTU people? Did you meet them at the club, or was it the following evening?
It kind of wasn't like a VOTU thing, but I met up with one half of Castro and Pollux, Pete, at the
Okay.
show at Mission, and there's a few of his buddies there as well. Um, and then Brooke, one of our Discord members and people that are part of the VOTU, she was there.
Yeah. She got some good video of ANG from what I hear.
Yeah. Dude, funny story behind that. So I want to get into the whole Autumn Lights Festival thing, but just for this story, I was on stage and I was seeing like Gabriel from A&G like looking at me and pointing at something, and then I see Mike and Brooke at the front of the stage, and they're kind of like putting Brooke's phone up in the air. So I ran and got it and gave it to Gabriel, and they're just filming for her and all that, and then giving it back to Brooke. And dude, she enjoyed that so much. That was awesome to see.
Dude, no cooler guys. Like,
Oh
we
yeah.
look at, yeah, like established, EDM artists, and, we've interviewed quite a few, and then we'll talk about your interviews there. But yeah, it's hard. You'd be hard to find somebody cooler than Arterio and Gabriel for sure, man.
Yeah, and about the interviews and stuff. So originally, shout out to my buddy Anthony ex Toro. He was the
He did
guy
a
that,
fucking great job.
yeah,
He did a
he
great
he
job.
filmed everything at Mission for us. He filmed everything for the VOTU at Autumn Lights. So I really have to give him a big shout out. I appreciate what he did. But the first time that we interviewed A&G that night, we were in like this weird hallway. There was two doors. People kept coming in and out and kind of like going in front of the camera during the interviews and all that. And myself and A&G were kind of just like, man, what the hell is going on here? But we finished the interview and I was like, thanks guys. I appreciate you, doing it as always. And like you said, they're just the nicest guys. So, um, we got that, and I was talking to the promoter Eddie of the Autumn Lights Festival and told him what happened, and he's like, "Nah, dude, we can't have that. We have to redo the interview." I was like, "Okay, I'm down. Let's just see if the guys are down." And of course, they were down to redo it again. So we redid it in the green room, and it came out so much better. So I'm really happy that we did it the second time. The first time was just kind of like a test trial, I guess.
What I like about those interviews, because we did a couple more, I kind of want to elaborate on that, but they're short and sweet, man.
Yeah,
I
got
tell
to the
you
point.
what, I don't know. Yeah, dude, it's 2023. People got like 3.7 seconds of attention span.
Yeah,
I'll put myself in that boat.
me too.
But yeah, those were short. They were sweet. They were direct. And you know what? They were good. Who else did you interview out there?
Vinay and Dr. Funk. So originally we were supposed to do those separate, But Vinay and Dr. Funk were like, hey, can we do it together? And you just ask us the questions together. I was like, yeah, sure. And those guys are real awesome guys as well, too. So shout out to them. There's going to be a lot of shout outs in this episode. But
Well, yeah, it's cool because we appreciate, right? Like it's hard to. It's hard to find time. And artists, especially go before they go on stage, right? They're in a
Yeah.
different, mental capacity, right? They're getting prepared for things. So yeah, for them to carve out that time to answer the questions, I thought was really cool.
I am a little upset, though, that we didn't get to interview Say My Name.
What happened to fucking Say My Name?
All right. I forget what time it was, but it was like 1:00 in the morning or something. All that. Say My Name's there. He's in the green room, and we're getting ready to interview him and all that too. And I guess it just miscommunication or whatnot, but it just kind of didn't happen. And unfortunately, we couldn't do it. So hopefully, maybe one day in the future, we can get interview with Say My Name. But I was kind of a little bummed that we couldn't do it.
Don't lie to these people, Tyler. Don't fucking lie. Just say that guy tried to big league everybody there.
No.
I wasn't there. But yeah, you're right. He didn't. He must have. It must have been slipped his presence of mind, Ty. No, that's cool though. But overall, like the vibe of that festival, right? Because that went for a while. It started. I saw all your guys' stories. You guys were pumping,
dude. It was the longest festival of my life, and I've been to EDC and Ultra, man. No, it was a very awesome experience. But yeah, it went on from I think 7 p.m. till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't there for the whole thing.
Dude, my first marriage did not last that long. Fucking crazy. What? It's true, man. It's true. But then, okay. So yeah, because then you stayed with all the guys, and then I know you didn't get to see Gabe's set. I saw it online.
Unfortunately,
it was fire. Gabe and Franny J. It's kind of cool to see some of the underground artists, right? Which is the premise of why we started the show in the first place, is to talk about underground artists. Now they're starting to kind of blend in, right, with bigger artists like a Say My Name, like an A&G. And yeah, I'm so proud of those guys and yourself too, man, for getting out there. This kind of what it's about, right? Bringing guys from the underground up to the top.
Yeah, and I just hate that I couldn't see their set and stuff. But I had an early ass flight in the morning. I'm like, I had to get to some sleep, which I didn't get any really. Maybe 4 hours that whole weekend.
Yeah, it's New York. That's just not gonna.
That's how it goes.
Okay. Oh, dude, that reminded me. Speaking of New York, that I was supposed to meet up with Zax because he's out here on the West Coast. He's got family. His family lives about 40 minutes away from me, maybe a little bit less. So he's posting some food stories. And I'm like, dude, that looks bomb. He's like, yeah, it's right by our place. So I was supposed to meet up with this guy. And that's another reason I was pissed I got sick, because there's one thing with our friend Zax, man. That guy knows food. And he hit a spot here that I didn't know existed. And it's relatively close to my house. So speaking of which, did you get good pizza out there, man? Like how'd we do? I'm always curious about that.
Yeah, so we had pizza a few times. Obviously, that's like going to be my diet while I'm out there.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
So, my diet was like pizza and bacon, egg, and cheese is why I was out there. So after mission, it was about 4:30 in the morning. Franny J, Brooke, and myself were like, we want pizza. Everybody else in the group wanted some other stuff, but we're like, we want pizza. So there's no place open for pizza. I'm like, fuck, dude. Except for one place that closed at 5 o'clock. Yeah, that closed at 5 o'clock in the morning. We got there 10 minutes before they closed and got some pizza. I'm like, thank God. But we had it a few times. It never disappoints.
I've never been to New York. And I can't believe after all these years, I've still not been to New York. And it's funny because I just had pizza today before we went on air. And yes, and fuck you guys. Yes, it had pineapple on it. I'm going to put it, dude.
Oh, dude, that's gross.
It was a nice little flatbread. Nice little flatbread. And then, flat crust. And then, you got the cheese on it and pepperoni and pineapple. I'm going to put a picture in the Discord. I took one. I was telling my son Tristan, I was like, I'm going to take a picture. I got a buddy who's going to love to see this.
Yeah.
So, no, that's great. But then because I remember as I was getting better, I was still recovering. As I was getting better, you were not doing good.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of sick, as you can see me blowing my nose in this episode.
Yeah, you look red. You look red.
I'm still getting over it, dude. It's been like a month and I'm still hacking up shit and all that, but that's TMI. But Yeah, I got sick after New York because my dumbass didn't bring a jacket to New York. I just had a windbreaker. I was like, oh, I'll be fine, and I wasn't
It's
fucking
a
fine.
fucking winter.
I know.
It's what month are we? That was in January.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, my dumbass didn't bring a fucking jacket because I thought I would be okay. So yeah, I got real sick after that too, and still fighting it now.
Oh man, look at dude. I don't know. This flu season was way worse.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it was so bad, dude. But nonetheless, I'm super stoked because we got some really cool things. A little delayed, right, because of health issues, but we have some really cool things coming up, and that's what I'm excited about. The intro is straight gas, dude. I could hear that as just a straight Spotify release.
who knows? It might be.
We might, you know what? I think if we get enough requests in the comments, the discords, we may do something with that. That would be kind of fun. And then the Patreon, which I'm excited about. There's a lot of things happening there. We're putting it together. So and then we have some really cool guests coming up next month. What month are we in? We're in February. So yeah, next month we've got some fun guests coming up. I like the roster of guests we have coming up. It's a blend of some underground guys that started in the underground that are definitely on the forefront of the local DJ scenes and even on a bigger scale. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun, man. It's going to be pretty fun what we got going on. New format, which I'm excited about as well.
Yeah, and we appreciate everybody sticking by our side during these few months off and all that. We want to get back on the grind, like Rob said, and just keep these episodes coming because we really do enjoy doing these, and we love seeing the fan reaction to these episodes and just being a part of the community. So we appreciate everybody for that.
Yeah, no, it's fun, man, and it's funny because I was at a family function last weekend, and we were talking about the podcast, and family tunes in. I think, hey, I appreciate the support. We need the streams,
Yeah.
but they asked me like, what's the best part of this, and it's just like being able to talk to people that you don't always have access to, or like from a fan standpoint, you don't really have access to understand how things are done. So the fact that we're able to do that and kind of bring that to the general public is really cool, man. It's something that I'm super proud that we're able to do this. And like I said, I look back on all the guests that we've had, man, like the Kevus of the world who just dropping knowledge. Obviously, Sebastian Mateo, Angie. I mean, we've had so many guys on that will share information that you're just not going to get anywhere else. Like you can't get it like on a quick Discord chat, right? Because it's not very personal. How somebody types it is completely different as they're being interviewed, and they kind of share those candid moments.
Yeah, and doing this over the internet too, like you said, we're able to talk to these people that are across the world, across the United States, and all that. So it's really a fun thing to do, and I'm glad that we started doing this.
I'm still fucking miffed though, man. I like how I'm able to talk to somebody, and I'm trying to explain this right to my wife's parents, and I'm like, yeah, we talk to people across the planet live, and then people can then see it live as well. And so just the fact that we have the capability to do that is, like I said, it's fascinating considering I didn't grow up in the internet era, right? When I was going fucking, yeah, dude, you had to get a phone card to talk to somebody overseas or some shit. So yeah, no, this is definitely cool, man. But what about you? Now, I saw you made some press stuff. You sent that to me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what are your plans, man? Because you can't tell me you're done DJing that mission and calling it good. You had a successful show.
Yeah, so I did get my EPK updated, which was long overdue.
Wait, for people who don't know, what's an EPK? Because a lot of people might not know that.
Okay, that's perfect for this. Electronic press kit. So it's basically where you have your press photos in there, a bio about yourself, your music, what you've done, and your mixes if you want to as well, and then all your social media and stuff. And it's what you present to like venues and clubs and all that to get booked.
So you had it done. Who did it for you?
I was just about to say earlier, shout out to Dritto. He's a friend of ours of the show. He did my EPK.
He's a New York guy, right? Is he a New York DJ?
Yeah, so
okay.
Coming back to the whole Autumn Lights thing, I'm just walking through the upstairs of the club and someone just yanks on my backpack. I'm like, who the fuck just yanked on my backpack? And I look behind me.
Some hands.
Yeah, and it was Dritto. I was like, oh, what's up, man?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's a good dude. I remember seeing him in the Intensity Discord. I think he pops into ours as well. So that's pretty cool. No, that's good, man. I feel like that's such a we haven't really talked a whole lot about that, but it's so important how you kind of present yourself. And then the links, right? Like, cause you sent it to me and I'm like, dude, this is sick. And then everything's like a hyperlink so you can click on it. So it's like an interactive business card is the way I think about it in old people's terms. And yeah, dude, you get to kind of see all your work right there laid out.
And to answer your question, and then I want to ask you a question. I've been sending that out to clubs in my area in Atlanta and, closer cities and all that too. So trying to get some feedback and trying to get some other shows booked. What about you? Do you have anything planned music wise and show wise? We need to see a Robert Geaux
Yeah,
show, man. Come on.
we do need to see a Robert Go show, man. I am pretty excited, man. I got some tunes that are coming up in the summer. So I took a little time. I took a lot of time off, and I've been doing a ton of baseball. Anyone who's seen me on Instagram, it's been like
His
it's
son's
been
been
all
killing it.
baseball. Oh, dude, yeah. And it's just kind of morphed into just like he wants to keep going and we're doing stuff and we're doing a lot of traveling for ball, which is always fun. But from a music standpoint, yeah, man, I'm excited what I have coming up in the summer. Can't really quite say it yet. It's a big collab and
Young
I'm
Tye, we
excited.
know.
Yeah, no, we got to do something again, man. We got
Yeah.
to do something again. This student, since I, I basically my son goes to hybrid school now, so we can travel a little more. So he's like, does half homeschool. He goes into class a couple of days a week. So like I've got this my studio turned into a half classroom. But I absolutely yeah. So but now I kind of got a good routine down. So I have my time. I need to get in here and produce. But yeah, man, I'm excited. We definitely need to do something this summer and get it out. There's a bunch of new labels out. I've seen some new labels out.
Yep.
Most notably, a good friend of ours, Tye, he dropped a new today as of
Today.
filming. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I have no clue what today's date is. But yeah, he has a new label, a new tune out, which is pretty gas. But now there's more options. I always look at more options for underground labels, and there's a lot that start up and they go away. Um, I think Tye is going to be in it for a while. He's got a whole mission state. There's a lot of passion behind this, as opposed to some people start a music label, they don't realize the amount of cost it incurs to actually get it started, and for it to be profitable. But I think Tye has got a pretty good idea what he wants to do with it.
Yeah, there's a lot behind it too. So
And it'll be fun to see that. It's like HDR, they have a release. I know they're doing stuff with Justin Prime. So I really am curious to see when we look at it from a label standpoint, both the underground and of course the commercial labels, what this trend's going to start looking like. We're going to know more by Ultra.
I
Ultra
was
is
going to
going to
say
be
that.
kind of yeah, that's usually where we're going to hear some new tunes and what the year's going to look like. It kind of kicks off the festival season. I am really curious. Big room techno, rage, obviously, or just flat out techno. I'm really curious to see, and I think a lot of people are. So where the sustainability is behind that.
Yep. And we'll see it happen at EDC this year.
I'm hoping. I'm so hoping that I don't get arrested on the first night there. I know Uncle Rob gets it. I gotta pace myself, man. Before like I would do a Vegas, and I mean I lived there for a number of years, right? So, and even then I still treated it like I was a tourist. But yeah, I'm older now, and I'm like, dude, I gotta pace myself here, and I fucking kills me to say that. But we're getting there I'm getting there on a Wednesday, and man, we're going through the weekend. I will be documenting everything for that trip for sure. I'll be there and everything.
Well, everybody, go and check out his Instagram at Robert Go, and you can see all his stories. And you can follow me at Young Tye. Got anything else before we sign off, Rob?
No, I'm just happy to be healthy. Your health is your wealth, and I did not really think about that until it's funny because we kind of take things for granted, even like some of these shows, right? Like, okay, I'm just going to talk to Kevin today. Let me get my stuff prepared. Okay, boom, boom, boom. When you cannot do that, like that is, so it makes me appreciate it so much more because it's just the ability to talk, shoot the shit with you guys. Not being able to do that for a while, that sucks. So yeah, no, I'm excited, man. There's so much going on this year, and it not even an unhealthy lung for a couple of months could stop us.
Yep. Well, like we said, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll be doing more episodes and all that. So I am Young Tye. That's Robert Go. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Voices of the Underground. We'll see you guys next time.